Hey guys, welcome to the kitchen. Today we're gonna make some granola and you're gonna love it because you probably buy this at store and you spend a lot of money and you really don't know what goes into it. So today we're gonna make it from really great products, nice organic oats, and it's gonna be amazing. So stay with me. Hey you guys, welcome to the kitchen. I'm Chef Dean Max. Today we're gonna make granola. Super exciting, I love granola. It's a great breakfast treat. I always have it around in mason jars that I keep, I probably make it once every maybe 3 weeks to a month, and usually lasts me about that long. So it really depends on you. We're gonna make two versions today. So we're gonna make one that's a vegan version and then one that is not. So you can put a million different things in it. I'm gonna start first, let's start with the vegan version, how about that? So with the vegan version, we've got our oats here. So you have beautiful oats. I always pay a little bit more, buy the organic, buy the nice old-fashioned rolled oats, not steel cut on this. And I got a pile of those here. We're gonna probably put half of those, well, I'll do that after, because I'm gonna probably put half of those in here. We'll make half vegan, half regular. How about that? So for the vegan, I want to add some sweetness. You could use maple syrup and you can use agave as a sweetener, and I'm going to use a little bit of that. But I'm going to add some apple. It gives a nice shine and balance to it. So in my NutriBullet here, I've got clean apples here, and then I'm just going to cut the outsides of this apple like this and put it in my NutriBullet. We don't need to chop it up too much because we're going to have a little bit of juice of lemon in there. These are beautiful apples too. Let me try a bite of that. Always have test, make sure it's sweet, right? That's good. And then I prefer using like Fuji's and Honeycrisp, and these are like nice organic apples. Heirloom varieties are amazing to have because they have just better flavor than the standard that you buy. Now, I've got a little lemon. Lemon's going to keep that from turning color. We don't want that to turn brown. So I'm going to squeeze that. No seeds. Seeds wouldn't be good. You won't notice them. They're going to look like a sunflower seed, and you're going to eat one and break your tooth. So that's it. I just want to put a little bit of juice in there. Okay. Now I'm going to tighten this up. And you know what I'm going to do actually, because a lot of times I put cinnamon in, my granola. So why not add the cinnamon now? Because cinnamon doesn't blend very well. So, like when you're mixing it, so I don't want it to clump up later. So it's better just to put it right in here. I can put all my spices. So I'm going to put just like a teaspoon of allspice. Again, on the spices, if you're making yours and you don't like it with spices, you don't have to put it. I like it with spices in there. I put sweet spices. So I even put a little bit of 5-spice you can buy in the store, like a Chinese 5-spice. But again, you don't have to put it in there. Clove, I put a little powdered clove as well. I like that beautiful smell you get from cloves. And then don't overdo it with the cloves. I'm going to mix all those up. Now, there's not a lot of juice in here, so you're going to have to shake it a couple times. And once the apple gets caught, it'll start to break down. See? And you'll end up with a nice puree. Okay? Now, I'm going to stop it. I'm going to shake it again. And you got to take care of your NutriBullet if you want it to last. All right? This doesn't have to be pureed forever to make it ultra smooth, because we're just going to add it to our granola here, and we're not going to really worry about, actually I'm going to use this other one here, the bigger one behind me, just so it's easier to mix. It's a huge bowl, right? And I'm going to put basically a kid's applesauce in there, right? It doesn't really have any sugar in it yet, but I'm going to add sugar. So this is vegan, so we can use a little agave. So that's, might as well use it all. All right. got every last bit of it. And then for fat in this, I like to use, this is a virgin organic coconut oil. And look how beautiful that is, right? I love coconut. I mean, you know, I use coconut oil for everything. And I mean, you can put it on, it's supposed to have like a little bit of sun protection in it too. You got to Google to see if that's real or not, but that's what I've heard. And I always think to myself, well, it gives sun protection, it's great for your skin. It's great in cooking. It's just overall amazing. So I would use it if I were you. What I'm going to do is add some flax seeds. So I've got some beautiful flax seeds in here. I would say, let me see, 1, 2, 3 tablespoons. My oats, I had 1 container of oats. So it's like a pound of oats that you would buy in the store. Again, this is not a recipe. If you like flax, put a lot of flax seeds in there. If you don't like it, don't put it. Same with peanuts. I have just some shelled peanuts here. These are uncooked so far. You could put a roasted peanut in. The only problem with these uncooked ones is that we're hoping that they're going to get a nice toast on them. Sometimes I like stuff when it's been roasted a little bit ahead. So you could actually toast those a little bit more if you like your peanuts really toasty. I'm going to break up these because I have walnut halves. So I'm going to take these walnuts and break them up. Again, there's no specific recipe. If you really love walnuts, I actually do really love walnuts. So I'm going to put more walnuts in there. But you could put equal amounts of walnuts and oats if you really wanted to, right? Okay, then I have seed-wise, I have sunflower seeds. If you're not a big sunflower seed fan, don't put it. These are actually salted, roasted and salted, which I don't mind because a little bit of pinch of salt in there, even though it's got sweet stuff in there too, it brings out nice flavor. And then these are pepitos, pumpkin seeds, right? So I'm going to put those in there as well. Okay. Now, I have golden raisins, beautiful golden raisins. I'm going to pop those in there. Put half of those because I'm making half and half, right? And then I have really nice, now I'll set this back here for a second. And then dried fruits, you could put anything you want. You could put cranberries are really good. Sour cherries are really good. I love apricots. So I just take these apricot halves and I just julienne them up one way, right, like this. And we're going to cut them back the other way to make them a little bit smaller. What's cool about them too is like all your dried cherries, dried apricots, dried raisins, dried cranberries, anything like that, it's got a chew to it. And it gives your granola some cool body to it rather than it just be like crunchy nuts in there and like things. Now, if you wanted to add pecans and things like that, you could do that. If you're in the South, if you're in Georgia, Alabama, all these places where they have tons of beautiful pecans, I would totally put pecans in there. Pecans are expensive right now. Almonds are amazing in this too. I don't have any almonds in the kitchen today, so I'm not putting it in there, but that's the point. The point is you guys can put whatever you want in there, right? So I'm going to put in my beautiful apricots and I'm going to toss this baby really nice now. You can see I've got the oil in there. I want this to mix really good. Now, what else goes really nice with this is coconut flakes is really nice. They're awesome to actually kind of remind people of the coconut oil that's in there. But coconut oil is a great additive. Now, if you want a super rich, granola, it's, you could add, sugar and, cane sugar, and you could add butter to it as well, like whole butter, and smear the butter in there. And that makes a really tasty granola, don't get me wrong, but the whole reason I eat granola is to stay healthy. And, oats are great for you. They're low in cholesterol, and they're kind of a low carb kind of, base for you to eat. That's why you see so many people eating granola. That's why we do vegan pancakes with our granola, and we do a lot of things with granola. But eating just granola with some beautiful fruit is really nice. Now you got to stay tuned, and I'll tag it in one of my future videos, but I'm going to also be doing a vegan yogurt because I know a lot of people are staying away from dairy. So you could eat this with yogurt and fruit, but if you want to have a vegan yogurt, I'm going to show you how to make really nice yogurt at home from either almond milk, from oat milk. You can make it from cashew milk. You can make it from coconut milk. So we're gonna do that in the future. So come check it out. All right, I'm gonna put this in a pan now. So I've got my cast iron pan here. I'm gonna lay it in there like this. And I'm gonna need 2 probably cast iron pans because that one's, you don't want to stuff too much in there because you do want it to toast, and the stuff on the bottom is not going to get as golden as the stuff on the top. So what we'll do is just keep moving this. So this is going to go in the oven at 350, okay? And it's going to probably take about 45 minutes. You know, it's better just to keep stirring it. So we're going to smash it down here, you can see, and that's it. Well, we're going to put this in the oven. We're going to check it out when we come back. Okay, guys, now we're going to make the regular one. Really not a lot of difference, right? We're still adding nuts to this, right? I'm still adding my walnuts. The only difference is we're not adding the apple puree, and we're not going to add, we're going to add probably honey in this one because I like that beautiful taste of honey. Even though I'm not a vegan, but I do like eating vegan a lot because I do cut my dairy back, and I do like to eat a ton of vegetables. So eating vegan's easy if you like vegetables. In avoiding meat, I love meat too, but don't get me wrong, but I don't have to have it all the time. So that's golden raisins. I'm going to put sunflower seeds. I have pepitos. Okay, I've got peanuts. Now I'm going to go all of it. Going all in. Right? Flaxseed, probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of that. And now I'm going to put in my spices again. Clove I'm going with. And I'm going to go with a little 5-spice. Now this 5-spice, the one I have too, has a little bit of cayenne in it too. Cayenne's kind of fun to put in your granola. So they give you a little bit of pepper in there. Actually, cayenne's very good for you. You know, there's a lot of people who believe that eating just a little bit of cayenne every day, it really can help you. So health-wise, so, you know, if you believe in that, put it in there. It's good for you, okay? And then I have some allspice. I love allspice, love the smell of it. I have restaurants in the Caribbean, and so we use tons of allspice down there. Now, with this, I'm gonna put probably a 1/4 cup of honey. Roughly a 1/4 cup of honey, okay? Again, there's no recipe. If you guys like honey, you like it sweet, put it. I just don't like it super sweet in the morning. So I'm putting, you know, this is like the equivalent of 3 tablespoons of coconut oil in there, okay? And it's gonna make it nice and oily. I'm gonna have to put this in something bigger here. Let's put these chopped apricots in there too, okay? And I'm going to put it in a bigger bowl so I can mix it around. You don't want to be messing around in a small bowl, right? Now you put honey in there. The difference now in this honey too is like you got to stir it around good. You want to get that honey everywhere. We want to get that coconut fat everywhere too. You want to get it sticking to all of the grains of the oatmeal, so you get them all like equally toasted, okay? You can see how nice that's starting to look. It'll get a little clumpy, and that's kind of from the honey, which is fine. You know, it's not doing anything bad to the oats. It's just natural when you put sugar on something to clump up. But we want to break it down like that so we equally coat all the different areas with the sweetness and with the fat. Okay, so. Once you feel like you've got it really mixed in good, then we're going to go ahead and put it into something to bake in the oven. Again, we're baking at 350, and we want to keep tossing this with a spoon. Get in there and toss it probably every 10 minutes. And it takes, I like to do this 350. You can do it at 325. And if you do it at 325, it'll just take 10 or 15 minutes longer. But sometimes it's better because, you don't have to worry about it burning. So the big thing about tossing with it is you don't want the bottom to burn or the top to burn, because the middle is going to cook a little bit slower, right? So with this, and the honey's in there, honey got stuck to the bottom of that, perfect. All right, now I want to move these down like this, and you can see how thick this is, right? So the middle is going to really not cook very well. So you've got to, it's going to toast in there a little bit, but not like the top and the bottom. So it's really important that you dig in and you stir this multiple times during the process so you don't burn it, okay? So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll put it in the oven 40 minutes later. After every 10 minutes, I set a timer on my phone. That's the best way. Put a 10-minute timer on your phone, go on the couch, chill out, watch some TV, and then boom, the timer goes off. Stir it. Do that every 10 minutes until it's cooked. It's a little bit high maintenance like that, but if you're around, do it when you're going to be around the house doing chores and stuff like that, and it won't be a big deal. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen. We just pulled this granola out and really let it calm down and get cool so we can handle it. As you do that, it's basically going to get crunchy. So you can see that, like, at this point, our granola has been like really dried. It's, right when it comes out, it's still a little moist, but don't be scared about that, because if it's golden like this, once it cools, it's going to dry out. And when it dries out, that's when it gets crunchy, and it'll stay crunchy. So you just want to keep it in a moist-free environment. I usually put it in big mason jars, like half-gallon ones. So these batches that I do, you can see that I've got 2 of them already filled up here, and then I'm going to fill up another. So what I do is I just try to, as much as you can, stir it around, and with that, you're going to mix all the fruits and the nuts more equally throughout, even though it's been mixed up pretty nice as it is. You don't really want to add anything extra this time. You could, if you had like toasted coconut, you want to add it in at the end, you could do that. Some people like to add the raisins in at the end too. So it depends on what you like. I kind of like when they toast a little, the raisins in the oven, and it gives a little bit of a, chewiness to the raisins that's different than the dried, kind of just plain dried. So it's really up to you. Again, just fill your jars up, and I think this batches that we made here is going to almost fill up like 4 half-gallon jars of mason jars of granola. So with this, I put these like this, put them in my cupboard. If they're warm when you put it in here, let them cool. But I always let the granola cool down in the baking dishes, and then I put it in this. And you don't want it hot in here and then sealing it. Just wait till it cools off. Then put it in here, seal it, mark the date on it, but it's good for months. So you can stack your cupboard full of those, and you'll have granola for days. So it's a cool gift to give too. Like sometimes during the holidays, I'll make a big boatload of it and put it in smaller quart containers, and then I'll go ahead and give those away as gifts, because it's something fun that, it's personal from you, something with your flavors, things that you like, and you want to share with people. So it's kind of fun. But try it, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Hopefully you're subscribing to my channel, but if you're not, click subscribe and ring that bell so you can see all the cool new things I have coming up. All right, I'm Chef Dean Max, and I look forward to seeing you back soon.